Saluting those who serve is brought to you by Front Wave Credit Union.
Well, 2 years ago this week, the life of San Diego Police Sergeant Anthony Elliott was changed forever when he was shot in the head while on duty. Sergeant Elliott was chasing a domestic violence suspect at a shopping center in Forest Ranch when the suspect opened fire at point-blank range, hitting Sergeant Elliott. The bullet came within a millimeter of killing him, and there are still bullet fragments in his brain. The wound also left him paralyzed on his left side, requiring months of rehabilitation just to walk again. Doctors didn't expect Sergeant Elliott to live, but not only did he survive, he is now using his second chance at life to inspire audiences across the country. He and his wife, Laura, speak together about resilience, faith, and overcoming the impossible. He joins us now this morning. Sergeant Elliott, good morning. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I said it is a pleasure and an honor to meet someone that you've prayed for. And it's, I assume you had an entire community praying for you to pull through, and it is a medical miracle.
It really is, yeah.
What do you feel and see when you watch that video of your rehabilitation process and the journey you've been through? What are the emotions?
There's a lot of emotions. I mean, I've seen that video millions of times, and it starts to dilute. The effect starts to dilute after a while, and now the emotions I get are when I think about my kids, and now it's all about just sharing the message and what I've learned, because I've learned a lot through this process that I think is very valuable for anybody to understand.
Well, share with us a little bit about what you've learned and what you speak about when you talk in front of audiences now.
So speak about a variety of things. It all falls down to love thy family. Growth doesn't come in comfort, and you need to, the same as you would financial portfolio, is diversify your life, because you can really prepare for something like this. And if you're following some of the principles I do talk about, then it's like studying for a test. And in reality, when life really challenges you and hits you, you're gonna be ready for it.
What was the moment through that immediate journey where, you know, doctors didn't expect you to live? They certainly didn't expect you to be sitting on this couch now, walking around and talking about this experience. Was there a moment for you where you thought, no, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna pull through?
There was two pretty critical moments for me. One was several days into the hospital, maybe a week. One day I looked at my wife, I'm like, hey babe, and I just moved my thumb. I couldn't move anything else. I moved my thumb like a thumbs up. And then the second moment was, I was asking the doctors, hey, am I gonna be able to walk again? Am I gonna be able to move my body again? And my wife she was getting annoyed. She said, hey, honey, just stop asking people if you're gonna get that ability back, just make the decision yourself. I was like, okay. And so I did, essentially.
Sometimes wives have great advice, you know?
Usually, 99.9% of the time.
What do you think this moment, do you believe that it was for you, for a greater purpose? You talk a lot about resilience and faith. I just wonder if you look at this now and feel like it has fueled you to do something greater in this second chance, as you call it.
Well, I have become a man of faith since the incident. I wouldn't say I was necessarily before, but there was an act of God on my side. But I think the way I lived my life and the way I had reformatted my brain before the incident happened essentially gave me the groundwork to recover from something like this. And I typically say, if you start planning now and you start following some of the things I talk about now, as soon as life hits you hard, whether that's you get injured or a child gets sick, immediately you're gonna be halfway there on recovery. But if you live a life of comfort and you don't take care of yourself now while you can, when something like this happens, you're gonna be way behind the curve and your recovery is not gonna do so well.
What would your advice be to people to prepare for that, to not live a life of comfort?
So I say, I may have already said it, reformat your way of thinking. Gravitate towards adversity and it kind of makes life fun. You know, things that used to stress me out and make me nervous and that were intimidating are still intimidating and still freak me out today. And that could be anything, going from a call where there's a man with a gun, or going into my boss's office and asking for a raise. I can't do that, I'm a police officer, but somebody else asking for a raise or writing an email, those things can be scary. And now I see those as opportunities to grow and expand. And although they're scary and intimidating, it's like a game now. I'm like, okay, that's my chance to go build myself. And I'm probably gonna fail at it. And then when you fail, you really feel that pain. And then you're in that pain and you go back to the drawing board. You're like, I'm definitely not gonna do that again. And then you go back, fail again, then the information gap closes and closes and closes. And before you know it, you're an expert at it, and you're someone that you never thought you could be.
Yeah. I know that with bullet fragments in your brain now, life is a little different. You can't do certain things. We were talking about that. You can't have an MRI ever. You can't go scuba diving. But there are things that have changed. Do you approach your work now differently?
Yes, for the most part. I mean, I have this knowledge and experience in the back of my head, literally, that I apply to the decisions I'm making now. I'm still a go-getter. I'm still like a dog. You know, I run after cars, and I don't know what I'm going to do, you know, half the time. But I kind of like a bull in a china shop. I go and I mess things up, and I learn from my mistakes. But I don't lose the forest for the trees. I really think things through, and I use all the tools at my disposal. I maximize my resources, and I am conscious of my deficits. I have headaches all the time. I can't feel my legs still. There's some coordination issues, but you know what? That makes me, it motivates me. I like playing for the away team. I like swimming uphill or swimming upstream or running uphill. For some reason, it motivates me, and it keeps me pushing it and going along. So I like it. Do all
the guys at the department call you bulletproof?
No, not really. I mean, I'm surrounded by a bunch of type A alphas and males and females, and they're all bulletproof in their own way, and some are, some not, but I work with a lot of great men and women, and they call me the same. They just call me Tony still, or Sarge, whatever's appropriate.
Well, I know there's a website there, and I know you and your wife speak, and you can be booked for the motivational experiences and talking to audiences. Is there a website you'd like to share?
Yeah, it's a beautiful website made by my even more beautiful wife, bulletprooftony.com. We can cater to all audiences, all workforces, any group, large or small. You can have me, have my wife separately, have us both at the same time. I mean, we can cater this message, and you know, we're down for the get down. So if you guys want to book us or touch base, go to our website.
It's a remarkable, incredible story, and we love that you're here and continuing to serve. Thank you for your service, and so glad you're doing so well.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. All right, again, if you're interested, your organization is interested in bringing Sergeant Elliott and his wife Laura to speak, we do have a link posted on our website to their website, and you can just click on the Scene On tab on KUSI.com. We'll be right back with much more coming up on Good Morning San Diego. The time is now 6:48.
Saluting those who serve is brought to you by Front Wave Credit Union.